Hi guys, Lachie here again, and this is my son Lachlan. Today we are going to explain a little bit more of the rule of the board game. More importantly is where you land. It depends on the space where you land. So for example, if I land on the number 20 and number 20 belongs to another player, belongs to Lachlan, that will determine what I can do and cannot do. So for example, if the property has, if the property has progressed beyond design and approval and so on, I cannot acquire this property from him. So which means I don't need to seek an approval outcome. Whereas if there was another property, let's say number 28, which still belongs to Lachlan, which one has nothing? What number? What number?
30.
So let's say I've landed on number 30, and this property belongs to Lachlan again. So because it only reached the design and approval phase, I will have to roll the red colored die to see if I will get an approval status or decline. So that will determine if I can acquire it or not. And also it depends if I'm going to use the professional service option or not.
And how many cards you have.
And how many cards based on the number of limits. It's all in the rule book. So another way is if I land on a property that doesn't belong to anyone, which means it belongs to the bank, then I have to roll the red die again, the colored die, to see if I can acquire it from the bank. And in this case, because it belongs to the bank, I do not have to pay trespassing fee to the bank.
Yeah.
But because it's an unowned property. Whereas if I landed on number 30, I will have to pay Lachlan trespassing fee first, and then I will have to see if I can acquire this property from Lachlan. So it's like there's two transactions. The first one is a trespassing fee, and the second one will be the acquisition, if I'm going to have an approval or decline outcome. And lastly, if I landed on, let's say, a property which is number 2, which is mine, in this case, because it belongs to me, I don't have to pay any trespassing fee, but I want to progress through the life cycle of that property, and this will determine if I will get an approval outcome or decline outcome. Yeah. And also, I can use the option of
professional services.
engaging a professional service to increase my probability of success.
Yeah.
So, as you can see in the game, there's a number of ways to go. So the idea is about to strategically choose which pathway is the best to land on your own property first, to progress the life cycle, and at the same time trying to avoid the property that doesn't belong to you, especially if it belongs to other players and other players' property has some many phases that's already been accounted, because the trespassing fee will be much more expensive.
Yeah.
So you don't want to land on those types of property at all. And the last case is if a property has all the, give me 20. If all the property has already had a completed life cycle and has already been sold to the bank, compared to the one that hasn't been acquired yet.
Yeah.
So there's a difference here. This one, they do not have any
phases
completed at all, whereas this one has the whole life cycle completed by some players, and they have sold it back to the bank. If you land on this property, for example, if someone lands on this number 20 here, which belongs to the bank now,
yeah,
then I cannot acquire it because it belongs to the bank. And also, I will have to pay trespassing fee to the bank at a formula which is in the rule book,
yeah,
because it has reached the whole life cycle. Okay?
Yep.
So, essentially, that's all I wanted to talk to you about today, is about where do you land is very important, and where you want to move along the board is also very important to strategically position your move and make sure you create you don't pay unnecessary fees to other people,
yeah,
and at the same time trying to maximize the opportunity to progress through the life cycle of your own property.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah, okay.
All right. That's all we have for today. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Bye.
Bye.